It was almost 3 years ago. I wanted to make some money, but I didn't know how to. So I got my Kindle out and I looked up how to make money quickly. That's basically what I looked up. And I scrolled through all the results and I found a book about Amazon FBA. I had no clue what it was, so I read the description of the book, but I guess I wasn't interested because I didn't end up reading that book, and I didn't read any other books that day. But within a few days, I went and looked up Amazon FBA on Google, and I found a lot of videos, I read a lot of articles, and it just seemed like exactly what I was looking for. So I wanted something pretty easy. I wanted to get my money back quickly, and I didn't want to have to store stuff. So I told my dad about it because I was 12 and you have to be 18 to have your own Amazon seller account. So I told my dad and he said no. He was very against it. I don't know why. I just remember that he called it a dirty business. Not sure what he meant by that, but I'll always remember that because that was his initial reaction. Now he just wants me to get my sales up. Anyways, it took me about a month to persuade him, but I finally got him to make me an account. And that day I downloaded the Amazon seller app and I just scanned everything in Walmart. I scanned so much stuff and I almost walked out with nothing. It was when I was standing at the checkout counter with my parents and I was scanning stuff right next to the counter, and I found a pack of pens that I could make 20 cents on. As I went to list stuff for my FBA shipment, I found out that Amazon wasn't accepting FBA shipments from new sellers until December 19th. So I would have to wait about a month, more than a month, to do an FBA shipment. So in the meantime, I started listing stuff on eBay. I didn't do merchant fulfilled at the time. I remember my first eBay sale was an internet security software thing from Staples that I got on the Black Friday sale that year. I think I paid $4 and it sold for $10. Fast forward to December 19th. Super excited to get my first shipment out, so I went to Best Buy that evening and I picked up like 4 more items, so I had 10 items in total to send, and I got that FBA shipment done, sent it out, and I got my first sale in 5 days. It was this battery charger from Best Buy. It ended up getting returned in a month, so I guess it wasn't a great first sale, but when I saw that first sale, it seemed like I could get this business to work. So I started expanding into different categories and different sources. At the time, I was gated in grocery, health and beauty, automotive, and I think pet stuff too, but I still found plenty of stuff to sell. So my first full month, January 2017, I did about $1,000 in sales. So let's talk about my first full year. Let's get the breakdown on the first year. January, first full month, I did about $1,000 in sales. Pretty good month. It was when I started thrifting. I started with books. I didn't really like books. I only found one in like half an hour, so it wasn't really my thing. But I moved on to electronics, and I was finding a lot of luck with electronics at thrift stores. So I started picking a lot more of that stuff up. I basically, from that time through, I guess, the end of the year, not much changed. I didn't really expand my sources except eBay arbitrage and online arbitrage, as well as eFlip. So I started doing eBay arbitrage. I want to say February through April, sometime there I started, and I was having pretty good luck with that, and I really got into it in the summer that year. I was picking up a lot of calculators, and they were selling really well July, August, because school was about to get back into session. I also started doing eFlip. If you don't know what eFlip is, it helps you find books on Amazon that you can buy and sell back on Amazon. Usually, it's books from merchant fulfilled sellers, so they're priced lower than the FBA sellers. There's the price gap between merchant fulfilled and FBA, so I'll buy the merchant fulfilled and sell it through FBA and make a profit. I really got into that in June, July, because I wanted to stock up for textbook season, July, August, when textbooks would raise in prices and they'd sell a lot faster. I canceled my eFlip membership after July, I think, because I didn't want to source textbooks in the off season. I did start using tactical arbitrage in October 2017, and that's also the month when I got approved automatically for health, beauty, and grocery. So I started picking up a lot of seasonal grocery products too. as Q4 was coming, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, all sorts of stuff. I just remember picking up a lot of pumpkin spice. My first grocery sale on Amazon actually was a pumpkin spice item. I sold a 4-pack of pumpkin spice jello for $18, which surprised me at the time because it only cost me around $4. I picked up a lot of pumpkin spice that year, and I made a lot of money off it. And Tactical Arbitrage also did really well. I got my first order from Target that I found the stuff using Tactical Arbitrage. I got that order on Thanksgiving Day, and Thanksgiving Day was my best sales day ever that year. I did $1,700 in sales. I had one item stockpiled from October, September that I just let loose, sold for $50 each, and I probably sold, I think I had 50, but I didn't sell all of them that day. I sold more on Black Friday, which was the day after, and I was also selling a lot of video games that I got pre-Black Friday sale. The pre-Black Friday sale I was talking about was an exclusive sale at Best Buy for all of their Elite Plus Rewards members. It's anyone who spent more than $5,000 at Best Buy in a year. I was part of that, so I got access to most of Best Buy's Black Friday deals 4 days before everyone else. So I started getting my orders in on Wednesday, mostly video games, and I started listing them on Thursday, and they were selling as I was listing them, so that definitely boosted my sales on Thursday and Friday. In November, I did almost $11,000 in sales, and in December, I did just over $16,000, ending the year with more than $50,000 in total sales. So what are the biggest changes from the first few months? The biggest tips I can give you from my first few months selling on Amazon and eBay. Stay organized from the beginning. That's one of the things I didn't do. It made filing taxes for my first year so difficult. I didn't know how much I made in 2017 until April 2018 because I was not organized at all. So I recommend you stay organized from the beginning. Second biggest thing, always have a goal in mind. A goal basically just keeps you on track. I think that's what changed the outcourse of 2018 for me. I was at like 27,000 in sales when August started, and I managed to hit 100K by the end of the year. So a goal, I think that's really what pushed me over because I was hustling so hard just to hit that $100,000 goal. I think that's what really gave me the drive and gave me the motivation to work harder. It was something that I really wanted. And when I told everyone about the goal, they were like, "Oh, you can't do that." So it was like in October, I changed my phone background to say, "This is impossible," because that's what someone told me about my goal. And I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong, and then I did. The third and last thing I'm going to tell you is that you don't want to compare yourself to other people and just chase after what... Hopefully my phone doesn't stop recording. I had a hard time trying to explain why you don't want to compare yourself to other people, but basically it just wastes your time, brings negativity into your mind, and ultimately you might create something that doesn't work for you. Because when you compare yourself to other people and their businesses, you might try to build the business they've built, but that isn't necessarily what's going to work for you. Everyone's life is different, everyone has different goals, everyone's situation is different. So their business might work really good for them, but it might work horrible for you. It might not fit your needs, give you the end result you want. It also really limits your capability because you might not go out there and try and figure out what works best for you. You might just try and build what someone else has already built, assuming it'll work out for you the way it worked out for them. But it might not because everyone has different needs, everyone has different situation. Everyone is living a different life, so it won't necessarily give you what you want. You want to build a business that will fit your needs, your lifestyle, and give you the results that you want. If you copy someone else's business model exactly, you won't necessarily get what you want. Everyone has different goals in mind. Some people want a lot of money, some people want freedom with their time. There's lots of different things you could want. So figure out what you want and then build a business that will get you that. So that about wraps it up for this video. If you liked this video, make sure you check out my next video where I'll explain why I'm only going to make $13 on my $1,700 bulk liquidation palette. If you want to keep up with me every day, check me out on Instagram at The Mysterious Seller. And aside from that, I have nothing else to say, so I'll see you in the next video.